You know, you can see me walking on the street. You know, you're not going to look at me and be like, his face isn't symmetrical. He's ugly. You know, everybody's like, what? What happened? They were so happy together. How you know? You know, how do you know? You weren't there. If she can be my lady, she can be my lover. Every superwoman needs a superman. Here I am. You can't even see me. Here I am. Anyways, I might start off as to why people live a fake reality on social media. I mean, the thing is, we've developed a mindset. We've programmed ourselves to live in a social media world. We spend more time on our phones than we do in real life, right? So it's only a matter of time until social media becomes your real life, you know? Like when you talk about kids, right? You know, them going to school all day, whatever happens in the school community, that's their real life. That's what's actually happening. The place that you spend the most of your time at, that's going to be your true reality, right? So a lot of people, instead of trying to better their actual lives, the life that they actually have to walk and be involved in, they try to go on social media and then create this false reality, make themselves look good. And, you know, the life that they actually have to live, the one that they have to walk around and live in, right? When they have to pay their bills, where they have to sleep their head at, you know, the people that they have to actually interact with on a day-to-day basis, that's not as good as their social media life. There's a lot of influencers that live a great life on social media. Their life seems bigger than life, but in their real life, you know, it's sad and it's depressing, and they don't like it, you know, because they spent so much time and focused so much energy on looking good, building this social media reality rather than their true reality, their physical reality that they live in, right?
And I try to avoid new agey terms like being present and like shit like that and self-care. But the reality was, it was like all I was thinking about all the time was my work, 24/7. So when I wasn't doing my work, I was pretending. The time we hung out, when we first met, you came by my studio. All I was thinking about then is like, okay, how do I parlay this into content for my episode for today? And then you start to push that to your kids. Like, cool, I'm hanging out with my kids. How can I make this moment something vloggable? Hang out with my wife. How can I make this vloggable without her knowing? And you start to go fucking crazy.
And it makes those experiences also pretty hollow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it starts to make you hollow.
When it comes to social media, everything is either out of context or completely fraudulent, right? It's either one or the other. Like you can't be on social media and see the full truth, because just like videos, like even on this video, you can't get the full gist of who I am as a person. You know, you can't get the full gist of who someone is through a screen, through whatever. You know, you have to actually be around that person and spend time with them, right? So you can actually get who they truly are, or what the situation truly is, you know? It's like we see, what's they call it? What's the, like security cam footage, right? And then we see a situation like some violence or something, right? And then we already pick sides off of that one video. But then once we learn the full details of people who are actually there, like eyewitness details and those who were actually in that interaction, we find that we don't know the full story. You know, we only know what we saw. We only know what we saw from this small portion of the information. Like based off of pictures and videos, you only get a small portion of what it truly is, you know? Anybody can look good for a few seconds or a few minutes on screen, right? If they know that they're being recorded, everybody knows, you know, like, let's paint the picture, okay? Let's paint the picture. Girls do this all the time. I know these females always be doing this. When their friend is on social media, like, you know, like trying to look cute on the camera, and then they show you, right? They show their friend or whatever, right? And then the friend is like, oh, and then they try to put on the whole act. Oh, I'm so nice, I'm so pretty, I'm so fly, I'm so, you know, they change their actions. They try to control the perception of what they want other people to see. And I'm not saying that there's a problem with that, because everybody does it, you know? I do it. Everybody's gonna do it, you know. I'm not gonna come on screen with the tank top or whatever. I was going to, I ain't even gonna lie to you. But most people try to put their best foot forward, and always, they might even manipulate the situation just to make it look better, you know. Everybody wants to put their best foot forward, because if we have the opportunity to, why not, you know? Give people the best impression of what we possibly could be. But like I said, everything on social media is either like out of context or completely fraudulent. You know, since social media has become like its own reality, some people live too much in this reality. Real life standards are compared to social media standards, like beauty standards, right? A lot of females feel like they have to have perfect skin, and I remember, you know, an old female friend of mine or whatever, right? She was talking about how physical attractiveness is based off of a symmetrical face, right? It was like a TikTok thing, like where it's like they have your face and then they flip the camera or whatever, and then if it's not completely symmetrical, it looks off, and they're like, oh my god, I'm ugly. You know, now she has insecurity problems because she's listening to what these things are said on social media. But everybody spews whatever on social media, right? People just say whatever on social media, and if you take it to heart, you're gonna believe these things, right? You know, you can see me walking on the street, you know, you're not gonna look at me and be like, his face isn't symmetrical, he's ugly. You know, like we do these things to ourselves, man. We compare ourselves to what we see on the screen, you know. And like I said, everybody's gonna put their best foot forward, so you shouldn't be mad if you have like a little pudge or whatever, and then you see this Instagram model and she has a completely flat stomach and perfect curves and everything and no acne and her hair is done perfectly. Of course, because she's not gonna want to post a video or a picture of herself where it's showing the true reality of things. You know, if you stand in a certain posture or whatever, you hold a certain posture, or you know, your body is turned a certain way, you're gonna see some quote-unquote flaws, right? That's the human anatomy. Not everything is gonna look perfect. There's so many things that go into what you see on social media. Like, I have a picture of me, it's like this, right? It looks very good, you know, it's got my muscles popping and everything. If you only see that picture, you're gonna be like, wow, this guy always looks solid and muscular. But like, no, that's just one picture, a good picture, you know, because like I said, we're all gonna put our best foot forward, right? But if you see me in person, you'll realize like I'm still pretty skinny, but if I wear the right clothes and the lighting's right and the angle's right, if I pose a certain way, you know, all these things go into what you see on social media. That doesn't mean that it's the true reality, you know? You might see a girl on social media first and she looks super made up and super perfect on Instagram, and then when you see her in real life, she doesn't look like that. And you know, you have high standards because you keep on looking on social media. You see this girl with the perfect body, super like perfect skin, no acne, no blemishes, everything about her seems perfect. And the same with the dudes that you might see on social media. You know, they're super rich, they're flashy, they have all these great things, they're super muscular, tall, all these, like, everything that you could dream of. Basically, that fantasy that you have in your head, you feel like that's the reality of things because you see it so much on social media. Because like I said, that's the false reality that's created. The more that we engage in that, the more that we see it, the more that we tend to believe that it's more realistic than it actually is. You know, it's more frequent than we may think. You know, that's the way that it programs us. The relationship standards are like, that's what I expect. What I see on Instagram so much is what I deserve. There's a lot of girls who are like, I deserve a guy who's 6 foot or taller and she's 5'2", you know, and she's like, oh, and he has to make 6 figures, and you know, she just getting by. All these different requirements, even crazy stuff, like either like the smallest stuff that don't really make no sense. Like, if he wears 2-tone socks, then I don't like him. He's not the one. You know, it's so many small things because people see these things on social media and they feel like that's what it is. I have the right to have these standards because that's what I can see. But, you know, I'm not saying everybody, of course, but there's a lot of people who have, they have a lot higher standards of what a relationship should be like, when it's not necessarily true. You know, you see these couples, these YouTube couples, dancing on each other on a yacht, and you're like, yes, that's what I need to be. You know, that's me. And it's like, no, it's not. You know, that's you don't even know what they're actually going through in that relationship. You see that and you're like, oh my God, that's his goals. This is goals. That's my relationship. That's the dream relationship. This relationship of this couple dancing on each other on a yacht, that's the goals. But you have no idea what they're actually going through in that relationship. You know, they could be going through a real life crisis with each other. They might not even like each other, but in that time being, it looks great. You know, it looks great from the outside looking in. People see celebrities out in public and they're smiling and taking pictures together and they look great on the outside looking in, and then all of a sudden you hear that they broke up or they got a divorce and everybody's like, what happened? They were so happy together. How you know? You know, how do you know? You weren't there. That's the thing. We see things on the outside looking in. We see the good things. They see the flashy stuff, the hugs, the kisses, all the TikTok dances together, all goals. Come on, bro. We gotta get better. Why does nobody have goals of like a healthy relationship? I found that a lot of people who spend a lot of time on social media and have programmed their brain to think that social media is realistic, I think their true goals are to look like they're doing good, not actually being good. You know, they want to look like they're in a happy, healthy relationship. They don't necessarily want to be that. The truth of most relationships is that it's not always going to be exciting. That's the thing. A lot of moments in relationships when you're interacting with somebody that you like, it's not always, oh my God, we turning up. Oh, you know, like people see friends in a car turning up and playing loud music or whatever, having like laughing and everything. They're like, oh, goals. But they don't know that when that camera's off, we're just chilling. Not that we're in a bad situation, but we're just chilling. And I remember I was spending time with a girl, right? And we was chilling. We was having a chill moment or whatever. And, you know, we didn't have to keep on talking back and forth. You know, we could just sit there and appreciate each other's presence. And all of a sudden, she wants to bring out Snapchat. I'm like, what are you doing? You know? And then she's recording us. Oh my God, see, blah, blah, blah. You know, she's smiling, she's laughing, giggling at nothing. And I might say something and then she's laughing. You know that's not even funny. You're just trying to look cute for the camera, and then you post it on Snapchat so other people can be like, oh, I wish I had a relationship like you. Or I wish I had a guy like him. I wish you know, they that's what they do it for. Because they're not doing that for us. She's not doing it for our interaction. You know, that ain't doing nothing for us. They do things just to show it to people. People want to live a certain life, not because they actually want to live it, but because they want to show other people that they're living it, or it looks like they're living it. Like on social media, you can see things and you can be like, oh, this person is a great person. People post things that they want you to see, like I said. Like I've seen this with people that I went to high school with. I see them do things like humanitarian Instagram posts. And I'm not saying that what they're doing bad. Like I think that they should be doing humanitarian things. Like everybody should. Why not? You know, but at the same time, you might think like, oh my God, this is a great person. But anybody can look like a great person and anybody can do great things, but that don't make them a great person, you know? Just because it looks like something and they might do some things, I don't mean that they're a great person, because I meet these people and I know about them and they're not really like that. You know, to people that they meet, they're you know, they'll be an asshole. But you can do good things and look like a good person. You know, it's all about what they want you to see. They're not going to show you that they're bullying somebody once they get in real life in person, you know. They're just going to show you, oh, I did this humanitarian thing one time, or oh, I did this, or I did that. That makes me a good person. People see influencers or celebrities doing these good things on camera and they're like, oh, that's such a good person. Like they might get in trouble with the law and they're like, what? Oh my gosh, they would never do that. It's such a great person. Everybody's a great person if you ask their friend. If you ask somebody who's seen them look good on camera, you know, anybody can put on a front. At the end of the day, social media is just a highlight reel. So yeah, I was all over the place with this, but I hope that y'all can find some type of value in this, or y'all can feel me, y'all can understand where I'm coming from. So yeah, that's all I got for this video. I hope y'all like it. Yeah, man. And I'm out, man. Peace.